King with my guy 30, and we bringing you Built Different podcast. Again, we out here in California giving it to you with all the sun and all the pretty little things, man. But we doing an episode different today. If you see, we got three very influential brothers at this table, man. I'm gonna let 30 bring them in.
Yes, sir, man. You already know. First of all, I'm gonna start from the right, man. The man himself, the real Dockery. He's right here, man. There's so much I can say about this dude. The numbers are going crazy. What, like 4 mil on TikTok, 600K on IG, 800K plus, 900K on YouTube. I mean, he's killing the game right now. We got my boy Gage, and they've been together since, you know what I'm saying, since the Sandbox. So he gonna have all the juicy stories and everything. He's a content creator on his own, in his own right.
Juicy stories.
Juicy's not crazy. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. All right, bro. Hey, man, hey, he gonna have the stories. Hey, look, he gonna have the stories. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. My boy Gage, G Ferguson on Instagram, and then my boy Sammy, aka Just Sammy. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy, man. He's the host. He's the content creator. He's the streamer. You know what I'm saying? Everything under the sun. And so we gonna get all their stories. These boys been together. They from Washington, right?
Yes, sir. West Coast,
Washington.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, let's get.
First of all, how's it being in the house with 30?
It's
Let's
amazing.
start with those stories first.
It's amazing.
I got it.
You got all of it?
It's amazing.
Look. Let me fix my voice like yours real quick. So, look, 30 plus minute showers.
Wow.
With the loofah?
First of all, wait. Everybody uses loofahs in here.
No, me too.
Everybody
we all about loofah.
Thank you.
You gotta clean your body with loofah, though.
Thank you.
Come on. You might be a
Thank you.
hand body washer.
He did.
All of y'all had loofahs prior or after?
No. We all went to the store.
Loofahs are fire, bro.
I was using a washcloth.
Okay.
And then we moved to this house. We went with Juju's mom. And she's like the head hunter, you know. She came in, she like, let me take her to the store.
Okay.
We're gonna buy everything you need in the house. So we was walking by the loofah, just in case y'all want to wash your butt. Here you go. I had to grab one. 30 grabbed one.
I didn't grab one. I already had one.
So you've been using the same one.
I have a pack of 3, so I have another one.
Lie.
It's upstairs. I can run upstairs and go get it. So I don't got no reason to lie.
You gotta switch them out at least every other week.
Exactly. I know that. I've been in this game way before you.
Okay.
I've been in the loofah game.
The loofah boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Exactly.
So outside of the 30 plus minute shower, what else is he known for?
Don't bug him in the shower. I tried it.
Don't bug him.
Don't bug him in the shower. I tried it, got yelled at.
Yeah.
So look, story. Real quick, 30-second story.
Bro, we didn't even.
I got you. 30-second story, right? We all just got home from the gym.
Okay.
All right.
30 was on a work thing. He was doing his work in the morning, so we all went to the gym. He hopped in the shower when we all got home from the gym. We was all sweaty. In this house, we have one shower.
Okay.
And that's the one he was in.
Alright.
I get back from whatever I was doing. I walk upstairs. Everybody's like, bro, we thought you was in the shower. Nah, because I'm not going to lie, I take long showers too.
Okay.
I thought you was in the shower. No, I'm not. I walk into Gage's room. What's up, bro? Oh, I thought you were in the shower, bro. You're not in the shower. No, I'm not. So now I go over there and knock on the door with the hammer, hitting that hard as it, hitting it.
Exactly.
Hard. Yo, chill out. I was like, hey man, there's people in the house. I want to take a shower, bro. Hurry up. I walk off. Come back about 10 minutes later. Smack it a couple times. Boom. Boy, look. Look. Door come open. Boom. Towel on. Shirt. Bam. Popped out. Comes up, ready to fight. Soap all over his face. Hair put up. What you want, bro? Chill. I'm over here doing my stuff. Bro, there's other people in the house. Like, why are you yelling at me, bro?
Hey,
Take
bro.
a shower.
Listen, bro. The point was, the only thing was, you was knocking on the door like he was the police. I didn't hear the first knock. So when he did that, like, I was frustrated, but I'm like, bruh, like, you can just tell me, what's going on. So put that to bed. My showering. We're saying, good.
His name is MrGO30.
Doctor, listen.
Right? You told me your name was MrGO30 because what was it? People used to go 30, right?
Yeah.
He was trying to go 30 at that moment when you opened that door.
That's what I'm saying.
He was trying to get down. And
Because.
Bro, I'm not yelling at you. Chill. We on the same team.
And you ready to fight, bro?
It's all good. I wasn't ready to fight. I wasn't ready to fight. I was ready to communicate. You know what I'm saying? I was just ready to communicate.
Just the calm, cool.
I was just ready to communicate. I was getting it. Anyway, man. Anyway, Dockery, man. We got. Let's get to the main point, man. So, huge content creator. I want to know, where did that journey start for you? When did you realize this is what you want to do, and how'd you get started?
Damn, so I gotta go way back, bro.
Yeah.
This is like sophomore year of college. So I went to Oregon State.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I committed to Wazoo. I was a top prospect coming out of my state, coming out of high school. So I had hella offers, lost hella offers because of my school or my grades. Because I don't know, I just wasn't a student. You know, I couldn't get it done in the classroom. But I was an athlete, top prospect. Went to Wazoo. They're excited to have me. All the other schools were mad that I didn't commit. So I got there. Coach got fired. The whole coaching staff.
You know what that means.
And college football players, you guys know how that works, politics and everything. The new coach staff came in, said, look, we don't care what you did before we got here. We're here now. We're bringing in our prospects. We want to build this team.
Damn.
That's how it was. And I was kind of like, I was young, so heartbroken. Like, damn, I already fell out of love with football. I really believe like a coach can make a big difference in anybody's life. You're an athlete, you get to that level, you know that. So, fast forward, told my dad I wanted to quit football. They switched me to corner, couldn't do nothing about it. Somehow he got on the phone with Oregon State, called them, and like a week later, I was at Oregon State doing a tryout. They said I had to earn my scholarship back. So, fast forward, that whole season, my first season at Oregon State, I balled out, did my thing. Earned my scholarship back like that. It was easy. I started loving the game again.
Yeah.
Started loving it. Like, I felt like I was welcome. You know, I had coaches that believed in me. Last game of the season, we had a meeting right after the game. Whole coaching staff got fired again.
Damn.
Bro, the same thing happened. They switched me to corner, and I couldn't do nothing about it. And this was when you couldn't transfer,
Right.
especially in conference. Like, I transferred in conference, so. Had to sit a year out if I did that, or you know, I couldn't really leave, so I was in a position where I didn't know what to do. I was a gamer heavy.
Yeah.
So I would always be gaming. One thing about me that a lot of people don't know is I never drink, never smoke. Till this day, I've never drank. But I never went out to parties. I probably went to like 2 parties in college.
Yeah.
I was just focused. I think that happened to me, and it put me in a different mindset where I didn't want to do anything else but be successful. Like, find something to replace football immediately, and I wasn't satisfied until I did it. So I started a YouTube channel in college, and I was like, I'm not gonna just graduate and be a nobody. That was all I thought about. You ask anybody on my team, bro. Every weekend, niggas would come to my window, bro, my apartment window. They knew I was on my game or on my computer, like trying to network and like figure out what to do with my life. They knew I was in my room, so they'd always come knock on my window, and all of them would try to get me to come out. But I was just like,
Focus.
yeah, I was locked in. So started that shit. One thing that I do remember and that I'm grateful for is, you know, my story is super long. I'm gonna keep it short, but I remember never going to any parties, never drinking, never smoking, and I was and now I'm living this lifestyle. Everybody's like, you know, it must be nice driving that car, it must be nice living in that house, living in Cali, like doing your thing, getting to travel. Bro, like I look back and I'm like, it must have been nice partying, it must have been nice going out, hanging out with friends, having fun, like doing all that shit that I want to do. I was depressed, down bad, real bad, and so started that in college, and here we are.
So now, when you say that though, like that last point that you just made, so when you look back on it though, how do you feel? You feel as though that paid off, and you're happy as far as making that trade-off.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I believe life is all about perspective, bro.
Yeah.
You know, my dream, my goal was to play in the NFL, have a career. Didn't plan on having a long career because I was really in it just for the money. I wanted to take care of my family. I saw what it did for everybody else's family.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I could find a way to replace that, I'm going straight to it. You know, I'm not gonna let football define me, and that's why I tell a lot of athletes is like, you can't let football define you because there's gonna be a point in time where it's gonna be out of your hands what you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember, bro, I wanted to play in front of like the 60 to 70, 80,000 fans in stadiums, and then I just think back to when I hit 100K on YouTube, 100K subscribers. And I was like God telling me like, look, you want to play in front of in this stadium that holds like 80,000. I think the Seahawks stadium was like 70, 80, maybe less. But it was like God's like, here, I'm gonna give you your own football stadium.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you 100,000 people and show you that it's bigger than you. So I started thinking like that. And, I think a lot of athletes get stuck in that, you know, letting football define them or whatever they do define them, and that's where they get held up. So.
Facts. But let me just say this too, because I know for me when I was coming up, I really wanted to play in the NFL. I thought like that, and I'm gonna be honest. I'll be looking at NFL Network, and I'll see dudes like Steve Largent. He's a Hall of Fame receiver. I was like, I can be an NFL receiver. I'm like, bro, I can do it. So I'll just be looking at these guys. I'll be studying his routes, like all that. I really wanted that, and you know, I would work hard after practice, all that. I wasn't the athlete that you were. I wasn't the same athlete. You know what I'm saying? I kind of worked for what I did have.
Yeah.
But I want you to speak to, because now you're around so many NFL athletes. You're in those circles. You're on the field. And I know for me, like in just, you know, my little journey, as far as it's going at this point, I know that's for me, that's a perspective that I look at like, wow, this is where I wanted to be, but dang, I get to, you know, talk to whatever, Terrell Owens, Joe Mixon, and all these NFL players. I'm like, damn, I'm in these circles though, in a little bit. So speak to that, and, you know, some of the relationships that you formed and how that makes you feel.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, man. Like, I just think about like, what if I would have gave in, like lost my faith and just been like, damn, I gotta accept this. Like, football is not gonna work out, so I gotta accept getting a 9 to 5 and just like living this normal lifestyle. Bro, you looking like I still have my old apartment back home from when I graduated college. You walk in my room, you'll see why I'm here, like where I'm at. You'll see why I'm around the people I'm around.
Yeah.
Bro, I have whiteboards in my room. My apartment's not even that big. My room is probably the size of this. I have a whiteboard right there. I have literally all these pictures up here of like dream houses I wanted to live in, like dream boards, bro. And on my mirror, you'll see like things that I wrote that I tell myself every morning. And it was like, there's no way I was gonna not be where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was like, even the pictures are crazy, bro, because I mean, I'm big on manifesting and just like the power of like speaking your life into existence. And everything, like I have all these mansions on my board, bro, and you've literally been here, bro. You're part of this manifestation that like I've been just like for myself, the goals that I've had, bro, the houses that we've been to,
Yeah.
all those houses that you see on my bedroom wall, like those are the houses that we were living in. Like,
wow.
it's shit like that that's like, you know, it's not a coincidence. It's like how you said you had to work for to get where you were as an athlete. I had to get like work mentally, and I always say this, like I always try to tell athletes to work smarter, not harder, or just work just as hard as you are working hard, just mentally smarter.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, bro. And the association, like I believe, you know, the power of association is real. Who you surround yourself with, and is just who you are and who you're gonna become. So just getting around people, like I remember we met Odell, bro, and when you get around these people, it's nothing like you expect. It's like your whole perspective of somebody changes, and it changes the way you view other people too, because you're like, damn, met Odell, but we were working out 3 times a day. His trainer lives with them, his doctor lives with him. He had all these people just around him, and he's just locked in. A lot of people think he's partying and doing all this stuff they see on social media.
Right.
That nigga's locked in, bro. I've never seen anybody work ethic like that. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and it goes with a lot of the people at the top, like Stephon Diggs, Juju. You already know. Juju's all about business, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really quick, man, I heard you speak a lot about your faith. I see the crucifix and the tattoo. Let's speak on that, because I want to also know who you looked up to have that mentality. Because one of my idols is Kobe. If you've ever listened to that's why. And Kobe's when I heard you say you weren't partying, I remember his Muse documentary. And he drove by UCLA and was wondering, like, yo, I'm in the gym all the time when my people partying. So speak to where that mentality comes from you, and then speak on how your faith has impacted that as well.
Yeah. So I love talking about my faith. I remember watching this Floyd Mayweather documentary, and one of the first things that the guy says while he's like commentating the documentary is poverty breeds success. And I believe where I came from, I didn't need no motivation. It was like, what else is there for me to do? Like, how am I gonna just, as a kid, you're looking at your parents struggling your whole life. It's like, bro, you got friends and teammates that came up comfortable, and you came up like this, and like, so for me to get somewhere, it was like, all my life was like a battle, bro. Like, I don't remember one time going to sleep and waking up and just being comfortable, like feeling like, ooh, this is nice. Like, we're living nice, we're living good. I always knew something was wrong. Like, my parents were never home, they were always working. My grandma took care of us. My dad was in prison for a couple years. There's a point where my mom had us, bro, there's like, 6 of us. We were moving from motel to motel. My dad got out of prison, he was sleeping in his car. Stuff like that. So it's like, you need motivation when you're coming up, from
that lifestyle.
Yeah, that lifestyle. So that's where I got my faith. I got my faith just through the struggle. I remember we used to always go to church. My dad used to take us to church every weekend. And I kind of just like, I don't know, man. I did look up to people. I looked up to like Allen Iverson, Deshaun Jackson, T.O., like these star people. But I always like told myself, like, you gotta, I don't remember where I heard it, but it was like, you gotta be different. So I always wanted to be different. I was always looking for a way to be different. It's like, if people are practicing, it was like, in my head, it was like common sense, like, oh, everybody's doing this practice, so how am I gonna get better if I'm doing the same shit they're doing every single day? How am I gonna get better if we're doing the same lift every single day? You know what I mean? So I was like, after everybody left, I would do my own shit. Like, the typical, like, star athlete would do. And so, coming up, I got my faith through church, but a lot of things I kind of like went off of common sense.
Okay.
It was like, faith is dead without work, so I'm not gonna stay in this church and not, work. I'm gonna leave the church and go build. That's a lot of things. A lot of the times I went to church, I would see them doing a lot of work, and like, nothing against churches or anything. Like, they got their mindset where it's like, how can we build and change like the community? Do this. I would be in meetings with the leaders, and they'd be like trying to change the community and stuff. And I was thinking in my head, like, I want to change the world, bro. I want to get fans in Brazil, Australia, UK, and I was just always thinking outside the box. So, I don't know. I think I wanted to be successful so bad that I had to have something to fall back on. My faith.
That's what's up. And
Ed, real quick, let me follow up to that, right? So, to the people watching, to the kids that follow you, right? To all the lives you've already influenced, coming from where you come from and how you grew up, right? The number one thing they try to do is get quick money, right? They go to the streets. How did you avoid that, right? In your upbringing, to make you understand, like, now I'm gonna be different. And when did you know that it was gonna be football?
See, that was hard for me because I wanted, as soon as I got a check, the first thing I wanted to do was spend on my family, like get my mom a car, get my mom a house. Like, that was always on my mind. And so I told myself this is kind of different. I'm a little different, bro.
All right.
So I always wanted to build. I knew, like, to build something, you had to like build the foundation and then build on top of it. Like, there had to be a foundation. Right. So I always knew that. Like, I wasn't gonna just like take this and this and this before the foundation was built. Okay. So that was just always in my mindset. I would reach out. I remember in college, bro, when I was trying to build my YouTube channel, I was reaching out DMing, bro. I wish I could show like my DMs, bro. I would DM like the same paragraph to every successful person I saw on Instagram, asking for advice. Like, do you think you can take me in under your wing? Like, let me like learn from you. That type of stuff. I was DMing everybody, bro. And some people would reply. And so I got some people who replied, and I kind of had these mentors through social media that would tell me like, you know, make sure you're doing this, don't do this, don't do this, and I would listen to them. And it was like when I started getting money, it was like I knew I couldn't just blow it, bro. So I would do more than I was supposed to, but I would work twice as hard after I did it. Recover. Yeah, that's what I would do. If I would splurge, I would go a month without doing nothing but just grinding out YouTube videos. I remember there was a month where, you know, I splurged on like Christmas or something for my brothers, and I uploaded every day for a month. I think there's a period of time where I uploaded probably like twice a week for 3 years. I did not miss a week, bro. I was uploading every single week. So that's what was different. My work ethic was like I made sure to double it if I had wanted to do something, you know?
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was just gonna say, you just spoke to it, and you spoke to it before, but you know, like one of my favorite Bible verses, I actually don't know the number, but it's in Proverbs, and it says, "Be the man diligent in his craft, and he will stand before kings and not mean men." And you can see that, you know what I'm saying? Like just on the stages that you're on and everything, you can see that, you know, that hard work is paying off. But let me get into this. So we got Gage right here, right? So, you know, this is, like I said, somebody that's with you from the sandbox. Tell me about, you know, that relationship, how it formed, and just how it matured over the years to this point.
Man, I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Bro, damn. So, bro, people do not know this, bro. Like, me and Gage, we had no reason to be out on that field, bro. We were breaking the schools, like jump the fences, get through security, bro. We were just out there working.
Wow.
We weren't even recording videos, bro. We were working all the time, just like talking about goals and dreams. We were running stairs in the snow and the rain. Bro, we were just like, we're different, bro. I don't even know why we were doing it. I was just like, I'm not trying to be comfortable. That's really it. And bro, we would be out there every single day. I'm not even being sarcastic, bro. We were out there every single day. I would drop my girl off at work and take her car and meet Gage at a field that was open. There'd be days where we'd be in our car, bro, like looking
No. Where is this? Is this college?
This is right after college.
After college, all right, cool.
Yeah. So me and Gage would just be out there running routes, working out. It got to the point where like kids would come out to recess and they knew who we were because we were always out there, bro. And one day I remember somebody, I think it was Job recorded us warming up, and I was like, "Hey Gage, throw this real quick." Threw it, caught it between my legs. I was just like messing around, and that shit blew up, bro. Like Sports Center, everybody started posting it.
Wow.
And then it was like, damn, let's do more.
Keep going.
Exactly.
We started recording videos, doing more, but we got so addicted to this grind. It was like we were waiting in parking lots till the sun came out, like on the app. We'd just be waiting in the parking lot. We get like 20 minutes of sunshine, bro. We'd be out there like,
wow.
Then we go back in the car, wait, be like, damn, should we try it tomorrow? Bro, I'm telling you, man, I'm looking at the lifestyle we have now, I'm like, we deserve this shit, because you had to be crazy to do what we were doing. We were out there for hours.
Like, misunderstood.
Put the phone in the corner, hours, just trying to get the right video, the right catch, or the right, something that would go viral.
Yeah.
And so, he's been there since day one, bro. It's like my brother now.
For sure. And so, and Gage is the quarterback. You know, if y'all don't know, from the videos, Gage, just speak a little bit about, like I said, like y'all relationship and what he's meant to you, and yeah.
And definitely talk about your upbringing. Exactly. You know what I'm saying, about yourself too.
Yeah. So I mean, I met Mel because me and his younger brother played together. So, I know he probably got that from him. We were working out every single day, so it was just like a part of our life. We were grinders.
Yeah.
So naturally, whenever we were all together, we were just working out. And it started as that before we even started doing the videos. But, you know, when I came around, I was just like another one of his, you know, little brother's friends, like a random, you know, he got the same treatment as like everyone else. Really took me in under his wing and embraced me, you know, saw that I was a grinder and we were always down to go and kick it, go hit the field, go work out. And I never said no, you know what I mean? And I would even challenge him, like, let's get it. And then he'd be like, yep, always rose to the level, up to the standard, you know what I mean? So we were always pushing each other. And extremely grateful for this guy, like really put me on, taught me everything. Like, he's the reason I'm here, so.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. And so now, just off of that now, let's go ahead and tie in Sammy.
Yeah.
Let's tie in Sammy.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like them, bro. I'm so happy to work that way. So one day I was living by a dumpster, and I'm just playing.
I'm about to say, I know he's lying, bro.
But no, I met Job also in like, it was like 2016.
Yeah, now Job is Mel's younger brother.
Yeah. And so I met him at this place called Everett Community College, right? And they have like a club football team. It's not like a team with the school, but it's with the school, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And one of the coaches, he wanted me to go there. And so I went to one of the practices, right? And like demolished him. And I was like, yeah, I'm not playing here. I'm good. Like I don't want anything to do with this. Their linebacker was supposed to go to D1 college. He was talking all that mess and got ran over that same day. I'm good off that school. Great. So then, I see Job here and there. He goes to Edmonds Community College because that was the school that I was going to. And then, because you can go to like different schools when you go to JC or whatever, you know. And so he was going there, and then I think we had a class together or something. But I met him, and he was like, "Hey yo, like you're hella cool. Like I mess with you, bro." And then that's when we just started being friends. And then we would start dancing around together. Then we started joking. Then he started wanting me to be around more. And then this and this and that. And then like, bro, like when I tell you, like that JC, bro, was the slum. They put them in a random white dude's house, old dude, who was just like a booster. I don't know what he was. Yeah, Joe. Bro, when I tell you, it was a 3-bedroom house with a basement, and there was 9 football players living in that house.
And he was trying to get you guys out of there.
Trying to get them out. Every single one of y'all out. But the coach was just like, hey, bro, you know what? Like you know, you mess with the team. I need these guys somewhere to stay. These were guys that were flying from Florida, flying from here, flying from there. Yeah. And he was just took them all in. And one day I went there and I slept over. And in that basement, there was like 4 of them. There was like 6 in the living room, 4 sharing this bedroom, 9 sharing this bedroom. Literally just a whole team in one house. Crazy. And this dude also was like, his house was like messed up, bro. The floors were tore up. The plumbing was getting changed. It smelled horrible. Like, no, like if you ever see this, bro, I don't mean throwing shade. I'm not gonna lie, bro, you gotta figure that out.
Hey, bro, you gotta figure that out.
That was 2016?
Yeah, 2016. Bro, but like, he was a cool dude, because like, even when he went to the store, like, he thought that I was part of the team, so he would ask me, hey, do you need anything to eat? Like, I'll grab stuff for you. And I grabbed my 5-pounder bag of high shoes, threw that in the car. Bro, you don't never ask a kid if you want something. I'm taking whatever. Right. And then like he let me drive his Corvette. Bro, like he was cool. Right?
Shout out to Joe.
And so let's fast forward like about a year.
Yeah.
And this is when I really met them. Like I knew them, but then this is when I really met them when we were in Florida. We went to Miami for Job's birthday.
Hey.
Literally 2 weeks before they're leaving, he calls me. Hey bro, like I mess with you heavy, bro. I want you to come to Florida. Like, it's my birthday, bro. Everybody's gonna be there. You gotta slide. Let me figure it out. Nah, bro, you're sliding. Like, I want you to come. Yeah. Say less. So you don't gotta tell me twice after that. So then I call my sister. She works for an airlines. Hey, bro, I got a job I gotta do in Florida. Lying. Hey, because at the time I was doing security stuff, and with my cousin, like we were trying to open a business. Yeah. So I was telling her, hey, bro, I got a security job I gotta go there for. Yeah, like I just need you to get this ticket. Yeah, all that. What you do? Got the ticket, no question about. Say less. I'm on a flight. I get on this flight. It's 2 flights from Washington to wherever we went to Florida. I am scared of flying.
Yeah.
Desperately scared of flying. Because I think everything in life is controllable but flying, because you're not flying it.
Fact. And
there's one parachute in there, and who gets the parachute? The pilot. He got to fight me on the way out. He's not taking, that's my parachute. There's
Well,
no
hopefully
way.
he know he got to go down with the plane. But if he jump out,
Hey, bro, hey, Sam.
He jump out before it.
hopefully he ain't.
But look, this is literally like fate. Like this is God telling us like we were supposed to be in this position. I'm sitting here scared, and I go into the seat, and I sit next to some kid. Hey, bro, what's up, man? Like I start a conversation because I want to get comfortable. I want to be cool. Like just in case we go down, I go down with a homie. I gotta be good. Make sure I had a great conversation. So I'm sitting there talking to this kid. Yeah, they're cool. And then we all get off the flight, and then we hop on this next flight, and I see the same kid. For sure, I'm gonna sit with this kid. I want to sit next to him. Oh, bro, you're going to Florida too? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, me too. I was like, what you going there for? And he was like, oh, well, my friend's having a birthday party, and that's why I'm going out there. And I was like, oh, for real? What's your friend's name? I was like, my brother's having a birthday party out there too. He was like, Job. And I was like, what? I've never met this kid. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, me too. And then we just became homies. And I was like, what the heck? Like it's so crazy how like people are put in your path for a reason.
For sure.
And so then we took the Uber together, we chilled the rest of the way, like all that. We get to the house, meet everybody. Him, he doesn't like nobody new. He don't like no new people.
We know.
He don't like no new people.
We know.
I don't trust nobody.
Yeah. So I know my role, right? I shake everybody what's up, you know. I'm not gonna fanboy none of that stuff.
Matter of fact, when I dapped him up, like I'm in your house, I'm introducing myself. It was going on.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. You feel it. You feel it. You feel it. You feel it. Trust me. Yeah. He just warming up to me, bro. He just warming up to me, bro.
Yeah, bro. But look, so we get in the crib, right? We're having a good old time, whatever. And then I meet their older brother, right? And so, and I meet Gage too, and they're all talking about music, and then we really connected over music and the beats and all this stuff, and then we're all just like, we're homies at this point. So, next day, yacht party.
Okay.
We all get on this yacht. This dude's tripping, the yacht owner, whatever he said you guys gonna have like 10 people on the boat or something like that, and I was like, yo, I'm not gonna fight it, like it's good. Like I'm gonna step off, and then me and Gage were like good friend, like we connected over this day, and I was like, hey bro, let's just go to the field and let's throw. He's like, yeah bro, like I'll go. And then Job was like, nah, you gotta be on this boat, like we gotta get this boat, like come on. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, he just copped another one. Like it was nothing.
Like it's nothing, right?
I was blown. Yeah, hey man, just come on this boat. What do you mean this boat?
Call another one.
Yeah.
He said that was something.
What the heck? Bro, I'm freaking lost at this point. Yeah, I just got another yacht. Bro, they're like 7 bands just to rent.
Right.
I'm freaking lost. So then we get on, right? It was him and his girl at the time. And then there was, I think, Job's friend's friend? Or
Yeah.
Job's friend's friend. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, right? And it was a work friend.
Okay.
So she was on there too, and so was I. Now at this point, I don't really know him like I do now. Like I can say whatever to him now, and it's good. Then he might have pushed me off.
Facts.
And I'm not that strong of a swimmer. I would have been with the sharks. I'm good.
Facts.
I'm scared of sharks and whales. I'm good off that.
Oh yeah, we gotta ask that question.
Yeah. So we're on the yacht, we're chilling. He's in the front, so whenever he came to the front, I went to the back. Because you felt the presence. You know what
Yeah.
He walked to the front, I went to the
And it's
back.
his yacht. Like, hey,
Yeah, let me stay out his way.
Stay on the boat.
For sure.
Like, let me just get out the way. You need a drink from
You
me?
said
I
it.
got you.
Yeah, whatever you need, you tell me. I work for the yacht now.
Remember when I said I'd be working double if I do something?
Yeah.
Niggas had me working overtime. I went home early.
But look, bro, we're on this boat, right? He goes to the front, I go to the back. He comes to the back, I go to the front. Now he's probably thinking, what's wrong with this
Yeah,
kid?
it was good.
Yeah. So I'm just chilling with this girl, right? And like if I knew him back then now, oh my, we would have had a blast.
Yeah.
It would have been nuts, right? And so, like we're going to this cut that all the boats are in Miami. I don't know where it was, but it was somewhere in the back cut. There's all these boats, there's people, there's freaking, I've never seen this in my life. There's a taco boat.
What does that mean?
Like, you know the taco trucks?
Grill on the boat.
But it's a taco boat.
Pull up on jet skis. And then
Just get tacos.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many do you think that drive their jet ski and go bring it right back to you? What are you talking about? Bro, I'm seeing stuff I've never seen before. And so At this point, everybody's getting on these jet skis, bro. I'm broke. Like I'm not getting on. I'm not paying to get on a jet ski. I don't have bread like that.
Buddy pack.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They don't understand,
Right,
right?
bro. I sleep just to be there.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
This is an experience I can't miss. So I'm just there to be there. I sleep like $400. Like I'm not paying $100 to just drive a jet ski and go with the sharks. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not getting eaten, bro. Y'all can have that. So now at this point, like we're all chilling, having a great time. They tried to throw a football from yacht to yacht. Died horribly. Ball went somewhere else. Had to get a new ball.
Wait, Gage threw the best. Gage threw the best.
I was gonna say that.
Damn.
Gage, hey,
One of the rare
threw him under the boat. Yeah. Hey, it's all good. It was a fake ball anyway. So then that happened. We all get back to the house, bro. Like great, like literally great time, bro. We got job at B-Lone Cake. Like had the little B-Lone symbol on it, bro. It was just like it was a place to be.
But
It was somewhere that like literally like when he says faith, like this is faith at its finest. Put me in that position for a reason. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I would not be here if it wasn't for Job that told me to be here for him. Then he stepped into that place for me and was like, yo, this, that, we're going to Arizona, you're coming, I don't care. You need to be here every
This is how I went. So, Job, he would bring all his homies to my house. I was off that. So, if I saw a new face, I'd be like, he's got to go. Like, get him out of there.
Yeah.
That nigga, what's his name?
Taekwon?
Taekwon, he was out of there a couple times.
I was crying, bro. This guy
Damn,
said his socks,
Taekwon.
bro. Look.
He had his socks off on my couch.
he got too comfortable
I was
too
like,
quick.
You gotta go, bro.
I'm dead.
But Sammy came over one time, and in my room, I was telling you guys about all the shit I be having in my room, and we was just talking, and Sammy, bro, if you wouldn't have came that night, because that's when we were talking about, like, it's gonna be me, you, Izzy. I was like, we're just gonna go out here. I don't know what in my heart made me say this to you, but Sammy came in the room, and I was like, look, bro, this might change your life. You can take it or not. We're about to be moving out to Arizona. If you want to come, you can come. We were already like maxed out. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna take all these niggas with. I just
one way or another.
invited them, and it was just like,
What were you doing at the time?
Bro, that's a story.
Okay.
I was like, but if you want me to cut it like real, like super duper short, real life, like 100%, went from high school, mom's pops, my mom got diabetes, my sister got diabetes, my dad got high blood pressure, transitioning into diabetes, right? So now, like, we need bread. So then I start working, I don't care about school, I only care about playing football here and there. I didn't graduate the first year out of high school, like my 12th grade out of high school. I graduated a year later, and that's when I met Job, literally. So when I'm telling you this is faith, like I wasn't supposed to graduate high school, to go to that college to graduate high school, to meet Job, for Job to meet Mel, then here. And so, I'm saying,
Job, bro. Job's the one that told me. He said he's going through a lot. Like, I just want him to be around us.
and
I was like,
literally.
I'm gonna tell this nigga right now.
And that's the crazy thing, because like we really like when I say we have like kind of the same goals, it's literally that. Like I cried watching my mom walk to work, because she doesn't like to drive, because in Seattle you gotta pay a lot of money for you to park every morning, and the bus ride's like an hour and a half drive, and it's a 20-minute drive, but the bus makes it long. And so every day since I've been a kid, I've been watching my mom walk home, right? So sometimes I'll stay up playing games all night, right? And then like I'll look out the window and watch my mom walk, and one day it just hit me hard, like to my heart. And I took my headset off, put my thing down, put my head down, and I just started crying. And I was like, this is not it. I can't do that. And tell you the truth, bro, that's when I took that other route that you said that he didn't take. I started selling drugs. Like that's where the bread really came from. Only 2 people knew I sold drugs, and the person I sold to. And I never sold it to somebody who took it. It always went to like somebody else who sold it to other people. Because I was afraid of somebody getting hurt off of it. But at the same time, I didn't care, because I cared so much about my family and bringing bread into the crib. And so I only cared about that. And so my cousin put me on, and then I went to other people and was like, hey bro, I got this. Like, let's do this, let's get this bread. Started doing it. Getting it. And then they popped up. Job calls me, hey bro, you already know my brother, bro. You know Gage, like, bro, pull up on them. You gotta start staying, like, you gotta go there. You gotta be around, bro. You gotta start. And then I started going. And then he was like, hey, bro, you gotta come this week. And they live an hour away from me. They live in Tacoma. I lived out in Seattle.
Okay.
So they would tell me, hey bro, you gotta come out here, and I'm like, my license is suspended. I don't want to drive an hour, but like this is something I have to do.
Bro,
So
was pulling an hour drive on a bike.
My motorcycle. After I got my motorcycle, I was sliding, bro.
You outside and shit. You were driving an hour on your bike. That's
But at this point, like, I understand that, like, this is what needs to happen. Like, my mom is, like, the reason why my faith was on and off sometimes was because my mom is heavy Christian. Heavy Christian Orthodox.
Somebody that
Heavy.
struggling, right?
And she pushed it hard on me. But at the same time, I'm seeing she has arthritis, she has diabetes, she broke her arm, she does this, she does that. But she still says, hey, you just have to pray. You just have to pray, you just have to pray. And I'm seeing stuff happen to her, and I'm like, why would like God let this happen to you? Why does he keep doing this? Why does he keep doing that? And I'm sitting here fighting her on it. But on the back end, I'm getting love, right? I'm getting to go to these places, I'm getting to do this, I'm getting to do videos now. I don't have to work a 9 to 5 anymore, because they got me now. I remember hearing about your story. You said you went to a 9 to 5 one day and left and never came back.
Bro, that was the funniest story, bro.
But I'm saying that's something that I knew in my heart that I hated. Because me, like, growing up as an African, bro, you're taught to be prideful. Like, you don't let nobody tell you nothing. You don't, like, people are not supposed to tell you what to do. And sitting there while some dude has his hand in his pocket, just looking at you, hey, do this, do that. And I'm sitting here sweating and he's just watching. Why? Why am I here doing that for 20 bucks an hour, 15 bucks an hour? I know that sounds crazy because a lot of people, like, they get like 8 bucks, 9 bucks, 10 bucks an hour, but that's not worth it, bro. I should not be breaking my back for you at all.
Bro, you know what's crazy about that? I think it's something about maybe not just content creators, but I see this in content creators a lot. I remember when I was looking at RDC stream, and Mark Phillips was telling stories, and he was telling stories about him working, and he said something that stuck with me. He was like, God just knew that 9 to 5 was not for me, and I had to be like a streamer or a content creator or something like this, because I felt the same way, bro. I felt the same way when I was working 9 to 5. I felt like I was in jail. Like, I felt at the end of it, I was so hurt, bro. Like that I was when I quit from. I didn't even tell you, but when I quit from JG where we worked together, when I quit there, I had no plan, no nothing. I was just like,
Out of there.
I can't do this. Like, my soul was screaming, like, bro, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And I literally said, it was a Friday. I'm like, bruh, when I go home, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah.
Well, I think Damien told me.
He told you that?
No, I think I called him, like, what's up with me? Like, I ain't talked to him since he ain't calling, like, last week or something.
That Monday, my alarm clock woke me up. And it woke me, I'm like, am I gonna go? Nah.
No.
Yeah.
That was it.
No.
That was it.
Yeah, bro, I'm not
That was it.
I'm not doing it.
The crazy thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm older than all y'all over here. Like, when I first met him at the job, I don't know if you remember this conversation. I pulled him to the side because, you know, Damien, no shout to my guy, D. We love you. D was heavy in it, right?
Yeah.
D was top seller.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This was his blood, sweat, and
We worked in
tears.
sales at
And
JG,
it was in sales, so I told him, I said, man, don't let this be the end game to you, because I don't know if you knew at that time, right? I got a son, right? And so I was in a meeting with Lou. And Lou, I can't stand him. Anyway.
As a former coworker.
Yeah, so he was my lead. So we was in the meeting or whatever, and we was talking about what we was doing for Christmas. And I'm like, look, man, my family every year they go somewhere, and I'm finally gonna get to go. And I was like, we're going to San Diego. And he was like, how you going? You ain't got no leave. I told me that's for everybody. Yeah, I'm like, what? Alright. So literally a couple days later, I'm sitting at the desk, right? Supposed to be making calls, and what people don't know is, like, I was committing self-suicide because I used to be on my call sometimes, and I used to tell them, like, hey, man, I wouldn't do this if I was you. Like, and they would hear me say that. I'm like, I can't lie to these people. Man, we used to.
It's a dirty game.
Man, they used to give up $10, $15 million to get $20,000. And they used to ask me, like, yo, like, nah, this person offered me this. I'm like, hey, look, man, I would tough it out. I wouldn't sell. Like, and I used to always do that. But I sat back, and when he said that, I'm like, all right. And I typed up my resignation right on the table. Boom. That's when I dapped Damon all y'all out, man. I just stated. And at that point, I had suffered, like, I had lost a job for Metro. And that was the first time that I was like, damn, like, I was making $90,000, and I'm thinking, like, damn, like, I lost a $90,000 job. And all I could think about, yo, I hope my mom not mad. When I walked in the door, my mother was like, nah, I'm glad you did it. Oh, man, it was time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, that story, testimony to all of you here to follow your dreams, man. And there's so many people scared. And you guys, for whoever watches, gonna understand, like, y'all are testament to those that are scared to. And I preach it all the time. Like, hey, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
That's the crazy thing. A lot of people, but I think there's like a stigma behind like content creating, right? There's a lot of people that think it's one way, but most of the time it's really not. But for a lot of other people, it is. Because there's a lot of people who are faking it, like faking hard. And they have two personalities, right? They have their normal personality, and then they have their content creator personality or whatever it is.
The ego, right?
Right? And sometimes when you go to like, say like a kid runs up to you and tries to meet you to see this person, they're not getting this person, they're getting this person, right? And so for me, like, I just want people to understand, bro, I'm the same person you see on there. I'm just a goofy cat who
threw a hammer at me, and I didn't even know you. Told you a hammer.
Yeah, you should. No, but bro, like in the end of it, bro, like I'm just blessed. Like I couldn't want it any other way. Like there's, like I said, bro, I can keep going and going and going, like. But just to cut me off, I'll end it with my motorcycle accident. And this is another faith thing. Like God plays a heavy part in my heart now.
Yeah.
We were in motorcycle, right? Got into a big accident, blew my knee out. This is when everything was going good. I got my motorcycle. I'm to Sac State. I got females on my line, bro. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm loving it, bro. Get into this motorcycle accident. Now I'm sitting in the ambulance crying, like hard. I'm not crying because I'm hurt. My leg was blown open. I'm not crying because I'm hurt. I'm crying because I think God don't love me. Like He keeps shooting me down. Every time I'm doing good, I'm getting shot down. Hard, getting shot down. And now everything's taken away, right? All I keep hearing is, hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. And I'm not believing it. I'm like, it's at its worst. I was supposed to go football. I was supposed to go here. Now I gotta pay this much to get my bike fixed. Now I can't play football no more. Now I gotta wear a knee brace. Now I gotta do this. Now I gotta do that, right? But now I'm here. That happened for a reason.
Facts.
And even him, he tells me, even Gage tells me, and especially if my mom hears this, she's gonna cry. Don't mind my son.
Don't post it if you also
you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I'm here for, like, I can't be mad. I literally cannot. There's nothing for me to be angry about. Literally. Whether if somebody came in this door and socked me in my head, I would be mad for 30 seconds and that would be that. Because where are you and where am I?
For sure.
That's that.
No, bro, that was one thing we would tell Sammy before we brought him with us. And I just want to say this: none of us are here by accident. Like everybody's work ethic, your work got you here. Izzy's work ethic got him here. We put Izzy through a whole month. If he didn't show up one day, we was like, "You got it." Bro, he showed up every day. I didn't tell him that. We said show up at the gym every single day. You want to be with us. He showed up every single day. And you too, that hour-long drive. I even Gage was like, "Is Sammy gonna come?" I was like, "I don't care if he doesn't." Like, he's not gonna be
Cutthroat.
But he would show up. And so one thing we told Sammy though was you gotta change your mindset before you hang out with us. Like,
I think it was my parents, really. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Yeah.
because my parents are African. My dad,
he came a long way though. Like,
he don't
came a
like
long
my
way.
pops.
What was the change that needed to be made?
Like
West India.
Wait, wait, hold on. I was asking, what? Yeah, I was asking, what was the change that needed to be made?
You would just like accept everything that happened. Wouldn't see it for a good reason or not. If it wasn't his way, it was not the way.
You know what I mean, bro? Or don't do this, don't do that. And so like 225, at the time I'll put it up like maybe 5 times, 6, 7 times, right? But I'll stay at 135 because I know I can do it 50 times. So I'll do it 50 times and I wouldn't fail in front of everybody. And then when I start working out with them, hey bro, put the 225 on. Now I gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, put the weight up. Now we're getting up to 250s, 295, to this, to that.
Facts.
But now I'm okay with failing.
Yeah.
Because I'm with my brothers. I don't care what they think.
Trust like that.
And this is where thresholds get broken through.
And that's life, especially, and y'all already know in this content creation game, that's what holds a lot of people back from starting, is that I don't want to put my work out there and people see it and it gets like 10 likes.
They don't want to go through that.
They don't want to go through that.
They don't want to go through that. One thing that these niggas know, when they first started getting around me and Izzy too, they knew one thing about me is if you said anything negative, bro, you had to leave. You knew
Like that.
Yeah.
You had to leave.
Nah.
Now, I remember this nigga was like, "You think there's gonna be room for me?" Just ruined my whole day. I'm just like, "Come
He
on, bro."
was so
He
angry.
said, "We're not even gonna get that."
Yeah,
we're not gonna get it in the house.
Yeah.
Bro, if you say, I told him though in the room, and he remembers this. I was like, "Bro, if you say that shit again, you're not coming." I said,
Facts.
"You're not coming."
Bro, me and Gabe
I like
was in the
that.
room.
I
Hey,
knew
Izzy
you
might
were
be out of
fucking
there. Izzy might be out of there.
But like, I protect my energy, so,
Yeah.
and I want them to be on the same page. Like, mentally, bro, whatever you want to do, just go do it. And don't even have a plan B. Just attack that. And if that doesn't work out, something greater is gonna work out. Something better is gonna work out that you didn't have planned. That's really
That likes thing
For
was
sure.
telling the truth though, because I posted my first video and I was texting, bro, it got 1,000 views. He's like, bro, don't even look at it. Like you posted it, it's good.
Yeah.
Bro, it got 2,000 views on Instagram. Like the first time I posted, Famous Sauce reposted mine. It did like 350K or 360K or whatever on this page. So now I'm expecting that. And I
Exactly.
posted on mine. I got like 12K and I screenshot it, sent it. Bro, it's going crazy. I'm like losing my mind about it. And they're like, bro, like leave it, bro. Don't worry about it. You know, like stop caring about it. And now like TikTok videos are going 500K, 300K.
Yes, sir.
I don't care anymore.
That's what it
Just
is,
happy doing
man.
it.
That's what it is.
Dope.
That's love, man. So let's talk about like the future, right? Because you got the shirt on, Diverge. So, and we got 4 members, you know what I'm saying, right here. And we've been talking about what we've been building here. So, I guess just speak to, your vision for Diverge and, who's a part of it and where you see it going.
So, yeah, I know, even Juju got his own vision of how he envisions like this growing. I remember maybe 3 years ago when I met Juju, 4 years ago when I met Juju, we were talking about this. Everything that we're
Juju
doing.
Smith-Schuster.
Juju
Everybody's
Smith-Schuster.
name.
We were talking about getting a house together, and there's no way we can fail if we put ourselves in a house and we just start grinding. It's crazy seeing where we are right now because literally all we were doing was talking about it, and now we're here. What I see, bro, is there's esports companies like FaZe, Optic, 100 Thieves. I wouldn't even put us in that category. The way I think is this is gonna be something nobody's ever seen before, like an organization of something that's deeper than just gaming or sports, bigger than anything that we've ever seen. I think this is gonna just become like a community itself, Team Diverge, of just a bunch of people being welcome that aren't even known. You know what I mean? Like we have a lot of people on our team that are so good. We have gamers, athletes that nobody's ever seen before, and it's kind of it's cool because when people join TD, they feel so welcome, but it's like nobody's above anybody else.
Exactly.
There's no I don't want you to look at Team Diverge and look at the leaders in there. I just want that. You being part of that organization is a win. You know what I mean?
Fact.
So I see that too, no status, just like a community that people want to be a part of. And, of course, it goes way bigger than that. I don't even really want to put that out there. I just want people to watch and just, when everybody's going to find out. Everybody's going to find out.
For sure.
So look, I'll be the first to say it doesn't take. It's hard to motivate me because my clock. I'm just going. But But this conversation right here put me in a different mindset, and I appreciate all of you, man. Not you.
Nah, see, I knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah, but
I knew he was gonna do that. It's all
But
good.
yeah, like I'm a grinder, man. But listening to your story or your stories, man, like, and the fact that you guys can be collective together when you didn't have anything, man, is a testimony, right? Like a lot of times it's, you get with guys when you're popping, they popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I appreciate you guys keeping that brotherhood, man, and for everybody that's watching, man, please use this episode as fuel to your fire to be able to grow, man, and strive for whatever it is you want to believe. But what we'll do, man, is we'll wrap it up. It's another episode of Built Different, man. It's your boy King with these great brothers. I'm gonna let 30 close us out.
Yes, sir. I'm MrGO30, man. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Follow me on all those, and I'm gonna just pass it around the table so everybody can give you their handles and tell you where to find them. Go ahead, Doc.
Real Dockery, everything. Just want to say appreciate you guys for having me, having us. It was lit. I like
For sure. This was dope.
Yes, sir.
Gage, find me on TikTok at Dimes, YouTube at Throw Dimes. Putting you guys on.
Sir.
Who would be holding the football? Yeah. But nah, y'all can find me at JustSammy35 on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and all of that.
Sir. It's
And
another
all of that.
episode of Built Different Podcast brought to you by the Up On Game Network, and we out.
Built different.